Sean Strickland is pissed off at the UFC pay system. Sean declared that the UFC is not paying the writers enough so that they could even afford their rent. Sean Strickland recently won the fight, but still, he is very angry with the UFC pay system. He compared the UFC with other sports like the NFL, that their players get a much bigger paycheck from the company, which keeps them going.
What are they signing guys, 10 and 10? I mean, how much is rent in Vegas? Like 2,000, 1,600, 1,400? So it's like, once you pay your managers, your taxes, like, how the are you supposed to live on that? Like, well, you could fight 4 times a year. Okay, so you go 3-1. Like, no, you'll make more money at Walmart, dude, if you're being a Stein. But that's what the UFC wants, man. It's all just like corporate, predatory. That's how it goes, dude.
Sean explained that MMA is a very dangerous sport, and fighters put themselves in danger, which makes their lives shorter. He said that the UFC is paying so less that even Walmart pays more if the fighters work in it. Now, let's be honest, guys. The UFC signed a huge deal recently, so they should definitely compensate the fighters. They raised the money worth $100,000 for good fights. Sean said that still their paycheck hasn't changed. He also said that the UFC wants those fighters who can survive on low wages. Other fighters are complaining the same. Sean is talking fearlessly without thinking about the results. Conor McGregor says no-name opponent possible for UFC return. McGregor is ready for a comeback and wants to fight a fighter who is not that famous. McGregor said that he will do a comeback. He is ready for the fight and already said yes to the fight that was offered to him. He hasn't posted anything about his opponent yet, but gave a hint that whoever he is not a very famous fighter. He shared the picture of the welterweight division, which made people think that he wants to compete in that division. Conor hasn't fought for 5 years. In 2024, he was supposed to fight, but he broke his toe. This time, he is very active on social media and posting about his return to the Octagon. A lot of people are waiting for his return as they want to see if he can still win or not. Conor, being a crazy fighter, said he doesn't care about who UFC puts him in. He is ready to fight anyone. He is busy eating dinner and watching other people enjoying their fight while he waits. Fans were upset when Conor's last fight got canceled. Conor is 37 now and still wants to fight. Dana White reacts to Zuffa Boxing signing Conor Benn. Dana White started a new boxing company and signed a famous boxer named Conor Benn. Dana is very happy because he signed a boxer named Conor Benn to his new company, Zuffa Boxing. Conor Benn used to work with a man named Eddie Hearn. Now, Dana is teasing Eddie Hearn because he lost his star boxer. Dana says that Eddie Hearn is acting like a baby and crying about it. He says Eddie could have paid more money to keep the boxer, but he didn't. Dana thinks his new boxing business is doing very well so far. He wants fans to see what he can do by the end of the year. Eddie Hearn said he was very sad to lose Conor Benn. He felt like Benn should have called him to talk first. Dana White does not believe this story and thinks Eddie is just making excuses. Zuffa Boxing just started in January, and Dana says it is very easy to compete with the old boxing bosses. He plans to make even more big moves soon. Other boxers like Floyd Mayweather are also talking about coming out of retirement. It looks like the boxing world is going to change a lot with Dana in charge. Sean Strickland calls out Khamzat Chimaev after stopping Anthony Hernandez. Sean Strickland won his big fight by knockout, and now he wants to fight for the world title. Sean Strickland had a great night in Houston when he fought Anthony Hernandez. He used his fast punches to stay ahead in the early rounds. In the 3rd round, he hit Hernandez with a very hard knee to the stomach. Then he hit him with many punches until the referee stopped the fight. Sean said that Hernandez was a very tough guy who did not slow down. Now he wants to fight the champion, Khamzat Chimaev. He even called the champion names to try and get the fight started. Because Sean won so well, he might get to fight for the belt next. He used to be the champion before, so fans really like him. Conor McGregor even watched the fight and said Sean was great at training. Anthony Hernandez was on a long winning streak before this, but now he has to start over. The middleweight division is very busy right now with many good fighters. But after that knockout, Sean is at the front of the line. He showed everyone that his simple way of boxing still works very well. 3 fighters in Houston even got injured and were transported to the hospital to make sure they were okay. After the fight at Houston, 3 fighters were taken to the hospital for a checkup. Ramiz Bramovich, Nora Cornell, and Josiah Harrell were the fighters who suffered from the injury. This is the protocol of the UFC to keep its fighters safe. Josiah Harrell got knocked out badly in a UFC fight that even Dana White was shocked. Dana said that it was one of the worst knockouts he has ever seen in a very long time. He was taken to the hospital to see if his skull and facial bones are intact or not. Nora Cornell hurt her shoulder and collarbone during her fight. She was in a lot of pain and could not walk out on her own. Ramiz Bramovich also needed scans after a very tough 3-round battle. He took many hard hits to the head during his match. Usually, if a fight is very violent or long, the UFC wants to be extra careful. Doctors want to check for things like brain injuries or broken parts. We are still waiting to hear if all 3 fighters are going to be fine. UFC Houston results and highlights. Many exciting things happened at the Houston event, including some very fast knockouts. The night in Houston was full of big finishes that fans loved. Uros Medic won his fight very quickly in the first round. He hit Jeff Neal with a punch that put him right to sleep. Another fighter named Melquizael Costa used a beautiful spinning kick to win. He hit Dan Ige with his foot and finished the fight just as the round ended. Because these finishes were so good, the fighters got extra money as a reward. Costa might even get to be in the top 15 rankings now. There were also some fights that people did not agree on. Michel Pereira won a close fight, but some fans were not happy. He stopped the fight 3 times because he said he was fouled. Some other fighters joked that he was just acting to get a break. In the heavyweights, Sergey Spivak won by using his jab to beat Ante Delija. Many fighters across the world were talking about the event on social media. It was a big night for the UFC on their new TV home. Ryan Garcia drops and dominates Mario Barrios to win WBC title. Ryan Garcia had a massive night in the boxing ring past Saturday at the Las Vegas Arena. He fought against one of the toughest fighters, Mario Barrios, for a title belt known as WBC welterweight title. Ryan felt much better than his opponent during the fight. He used his punch power to knock the Barrios to the ground and won easily without any hesitation on the judges' scorecards. After he won the championship belt, he challenged the new fighter named Shakur Stevenson for his next fight. This win was very special for Ryan because he wanted to show the whole world that he is still a top-level fighter. Before the match started, he promised his fans that he would bring back his vintage style of boxing and win in a very big way. He lived up to his word and looked better than ever before in the ring. Now that he is a champion again, many people are very excited to see who he will decide to box next. It was one of the biggest and most important wins of his entire professional career so far. Melquizael Costa knocks out Dan Ige with a stunning spinning kick. A rising star named Melquizael Costa did something amazing that no other fighter has ever been able to do before. He fought a very tough veteran named Dan Ige and finished the fight before the time went out.